If you become consistent with one service,
Yeah.
you can be able to succeed in business.
Okay.
It is like cutting the tree. You must have a target.
Sure.
Which client are you targeting in business? That's what I'm telling. That's how you differentiate your product.
Hey amazing people, welcome to our show, and in this particular segment we are talking matters security. We are still reminding you we are Naivasha Limelight, and here we are with this gentleman, and he's going to give us a brief introduction, who yeye ni nani and what we expect from him. So kindly, for those who don't know you, maybe you can give them a brief introduction about yourself.
Okay, in short, my name is Eskimos Kobian Tokirumbe. I work with the Stega Security Services Limited.
Okay.
I'm the proprietor or the director of the company.
Okay. So people know you as Mr. Kobia.
Mostly that is the popular name known in Naivasha, and I've never heard of any other Kobia.
Okay.
But that is the name which is known popularly as Kobia.
Mr. Kobia. So Mr. Kobia, you said that you are working with the Stega Security.
Yeah.
So it is a private institution.
Yeah, Stega is a private institution, which was formed 2005 with the 5 directors.
Yeah.
But at the moment, we have only the remaining 3. 2 passed away.
Oh, sorry.
So I'm the CEO at the moment of the company.
You are the CEO?
Yeah.
And it is here in Naivasha?
It is based in Naivasha, but it is all over. It was all over in the country before, and it's centralized in Naivasha. It's an office are situated in Naivasha. Everything is done in Naivasha.
So the headquarters are here? The
headquarters are here.
You don't have other branches?
I have other branches, but with no offices.
With no offices?
But I usually deploy all over in Kenya.
Okay.
Because these days we have digital, how you can communicate whether you are there or not. I have managers in the other branches.
Which are some of those branches?
We have Nyahururu, where the Nyandarua, where we have the branch there.
Okay.
We have it at Meru. But people are managing there.
Okay.
But before we were in Kakamega, and also we were in Siaya.
In Siaya. Yeah. Oh, that's nice. And what really motivated you to venture into security? Nini ulikaa tu hivi ukaona now, I think this is the job I want to do? Security?
Before you find your career, it takes time.
Yeah.
Being a professional, I found myself in the security, which is a long story.
Okay.
I was a scouting guard. I was in scout from when I was born, from primary school to secondary school.
Okay.
So when I came here, just now when I was pursuing my career, I met with somebody who was just doing security.
Okay.
And so we joined the hand. By name alikuwa anaitwa Stephen Wesonga Maloba.
Okay.
So he had the company. Because I was doing marketing, that's how I found him. Okay. And so we joined the hand, and then we made the company was limited. So I entered as a director, because there are other qualifications for you to join a security or to have a company. Okay. You must have come from the disciplined force. So I joined already somebody who was in the disciplined force. Okay. And he had a business, but it was not limited. So I decided to make it a limited company, so that I joined as a director.
Okay. So in campus, did you study the security matters or?
No, I did just BCom in finance and banking. Okay. Diploma in HR.
Okay.
Then also masters in strategic management. Those are my areas. So professionally, I'm an HR by profession.
Oh, you are a HR by profession?
Yeah.
Wow, that's nice. So now you said, what are some of the requirements for, or how did it start? When did it now start officially?
The company started in 2005.
2005.
In Diplomat area, room 64.
Oh,
that is where it
Diplomat.
started. But later we moved to industry area, Naivasha,
Okay.
where it is located at Kedumbato building.
Okay.
So that is where our offices are situated at the moment. So we started with a few clients from the church, but God's increase, we expanded in all the places, as I mentioned earlier.
Okay.
You know, security, it's a bit challenging,
Sure.
because there was a lot of competition. We had 34 companies for security when we started the company, but all of them, maybe one or the other, they collapsed. So we are remaining only the known popular ARN and the Stega only.
ARN and Stega. So here in Naivasha, what really motivated you? See, you find that in any industry that you are venturing in, there are those challenges that you find. Being a private, and now we have the government part of it. Do you think, is it very, very challenging when you find that starting the requirement between now the government, because the government, I believe it is offering the security.
Yeah.
So how do you be able to work with the government?
In the company of private security, after registering,
Okay.
it's not a big deal. What you need to do is to do the market. And I saw the market in Naivasha, because I'm not born here, I come from Meru.
Okay.
So I've been here from 1992. All my years are from here. And I'm known and in networking. That's how I found myself with the security, because of that popularity and being known and networking. I started now a company. After starting the company, my name is the one which is now being used to market the company. Stega and the Kobia, you cannot differentiate them. Yeah.
No, coming now to that popularity thing, what did you do now that people know you this much, besides know the security? Because hapo mbeleni watu wako wananini sana.
In the Bible, you cannot market yourself. It is God who gives you that favor. Because you cannot go and tell me I'm so called so and so.
Yeah.
It is your character.
Yeah.
That's what determines how people take you, how do you do your work,
Okay.
and then the services that you offer. In security, the most important is the services.
Services.
And how do you differentiate these services? It is either payment, the way you uniform your people, the way you package yourself, because all of them, they offer the same prices.
Sure.
But now differentiate yourself, it is how do you respond to the client, and do you handle to them, and then also networking, and then God's favor.
Wow. And how you put yourself out there.
Yeah.
The packaging part of it. No, you've talked about now the services. Stega security, what are those services that you can say that if anyone who is watching now, these are some of the services that we offer? Because you find that some of the private firms that are offering security services, you find that they have dogs, they have the radios.
Yeah.
What are those some of the security?
In private security firm, there are a lot of services which we have included in our brochure and everything.
Okay.
But then decided just to specialize on only the one. That is guarding services.
Guarding services.
If you become consistent with one service,
Yeah.
you can be able to succeed in business.
Okay.
It is like cutting the tree. If you cut in many areas, it will not fall.
Sure.
But when you go and cut one place, for those years I've been there, that's why we see I've been able to succeed in the business. Only in guarding services, and others much more, maybe like estate management, and do it just for formality, not as a core. But the core business in Stega is guarding services.
Guarding services.
Yeah.
And those services you're offering them here in Naivasha, you said in estate?
Not estate.
Okay.
I usually guard in those estate areas.
Okay.
The institutions, like secondary school. Unajua, you must have a target.
Sure.
Which client are you targeting in business? That's what I'm telling you. That's how you differentiate your product. I was specialized in the flower industry. Okay. Those are my clients.
So those are your mainly the people that you target?
Yes. Then you come to hospitals.
Hospitals?
And then you go to schools.
To schools?
Yes.
So those are the three specializations that you are
Those are the areas I usually like targeting so that I can be able to succeed in business.
And you need good manpower. So at least you have some employees.
Yeah, I have over maybe 100 and above.
100 and above?
Yeah. Just within the Naivasha and the other small areas like Orokalawa and areas.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now when you come to the employees, before you deploy them to go and start working, do you give them training, or how does it work?
In security, they must go for training. Once you employ somebody, you must bring him to the board. In the offices, they usually recruit. When they recruit, there's a security officer who is in charge of training mine guns from NYS or from JES. Those are the people who train mine guns.
Okay.
So they are taking for training for 3 weeks. Then from there, they are given the certificate.
Okay.
So that they can be instilled in the discipline.
Sure.
Then also we hire people who are already been in business, have knowledge in security. But mostly we prefer the freshers who doesn't know anything. We train for ourselves, then we sell to the client. Yeah.
No, for those employees, what can you say is everything? Because you find, or what kind of training, the level of the training? You said that you work with the NYS. So is that the level that maybe you can say? But I believe everything is about now the discipline.
Yeah.
Discipline.
Yeah.
So some of those who train them are from NYS.
Mostly have NYS guy
NYS, yeah.
and the JES people.
Je?
Watu wa kutoka kwa JES.
Oh.
Yeah. So those people, those are the ones they usually make sure they get the training. There are some people, different categories
Sure.
in the company who require that training. Even the same person we have here, we usually take them for training, even the office. We have trainings where we go for KCB. We are the members of the Viasara Club. So I usually take the management people for training.
Oh, nice. Now, for one, maybe some people who are watching out there and they would like to say, ningetaka kuwa part of this team. Do you look for maybe height, the papers, the qualification, the education level, or what are other requirements for one to be part of your team?
I think there are a lot of requirements. For you to join a security firm, there are requirements these days. There is what we call Public Regulation Authority, Private Security Regulation Authority, which was formed by the government. It is in the Act. For you to qualify to be in the guarding services, one, you must be class 8 and above.
Class 8 and above.
That is now the requirement. Libwa Masai Rungu.
Okay.
Then from there, there are trainings which we have gone, like Stega. Not all the companies have been able to qualify. Okay. With those requirements, they were supposed to meet the requirement by 31st March before the corona. So the corona came, everything was disrupted. So that training, I attended and have a certificate for director. Wow. Which I went to Nakuru. Okay. We were trained for you to be. Then I was supposed to take the management team also for training. Sure. It was very expensive. Wow. So we had to take all the documents and all the requirements to private security regulation authority, which we have done. But most of the companies, they have not done. It is only Stega that we met the requirement in Naivasha. Okay. Because the others, they could not meet. It was it had a lot of requirements. Okay. Another thing that we look at the gun, we don't look the height, because before that is when they were saying you should have 5 point and whatever. Yeah. These days, what we look is how do you reason. That's why we are taking class 8, because how can you detect a thief? And you are just a Maasai with a rungu. Sure. You must identify somebody when coming. Yeah. You see what type of a person is this person coming. So we employ Form 4s, even graduates like these days, they have no job. Okay. So we are offering them also the jobs. Now your security is you. Sure, sure. Not the papers. So what you need to do, you make it sure you are secure by yourself, and it must come from you. Like the way I never went to any security or whatever, but it is in me. And I do better even than those who are in those police force, in disciplinary force, but I'm doing better than them because I understand. Again, education is very important in the company. My key personnel, all of them, they are majority are graduates. Wow. Graduate diploma. Okay. Because we can be able to reason together, and we can move company when we are together. But if you employ just a normal standard 8, it is very hard for you to succeed in business. Exactly. That's why you better pay that person well, and then even if you are there, you are not there, you can be able to do the business.
Wow, that's nice. Here in Naivasha, you find that we have now the police, and now we have the other side of the security. Yeah. how do you, how is the relationship? How do you work together to ensure like, when you come, when you come together, greater things will work. When you work with them, how is the relationship between you and now the authority?
When there was an announcement about the curfew and other things,
okay,
you had something that was called essential services. Essential services, police, and the health sectors, we were included together.
Okay.
It was written private security. Registered private security. See, the watchman, there's a difference between a security guard and a watchman. That one you will learn later. So, you cannot work without the police. They are the ones who are licensed with the guns.
Okay.
We don't have the guns, we have the room. So you must have all the numbers. Wherever you deploy the people, you go to a police post, you get the people who are there, they give you the number. In case of anything, so that they can be able to respond. Or you go and pick them, and you go to respond to the incident that is occurring there. So if you have no network with the police, you cannot succeed in this business. Because if you go to the hospital, meet, they are there and you are there. But we are doing the same job. Only to secure the property and the life. So there's no much difference.
Okay.
All of us, we sleep outside.
Sure.
So the only thing is that they are from the government and we are from the private.
Sure.
Yeah.
Now,
You are supposed not to leave the players, only the private Juakali people to do that security. But when you go to most of the security, like Lavington, Nini, they are owned by the people who are in the government. So the competition is so high. Yeah. To get a tender, you need to go deep to your pocket, do what, all those requirements. So when it comes to security about the government, they were supposed to give us the guns. But Kenya being the way it is, the way they behave, let's say the way we behave Kenyans, yeah. Not like Uganda, they have the guns or other areas.
Okay.
They said if they give the guns, we train them, which was the requirement, they go and they train them, then they give some companies who are supposed to be licensed to have guns.
Okay.
That's why they had that act. But the government refused. Let's say the parliament, they said these people can kill people once they are given because of the payment. Again, there was a requirement which was supposed to be paid 23,000, and the government is paying 18. So the police force was supposed now to move instead of being paid that little money to come to private security. Why do you work for little money and the government is paying a lot of money?
A lot of money.
So it brought a lot of controversies, which now they are still working on it.
And so far they have not yet passed now that they...
Even up to now, we don't know what happened. But we met all the requirements. It was put under the carpet. That was all.
So now, if now you are the spokesperson in terms of the private sectors, the private firms, what you do now, like to advise now the government, or what are some of the measures that you'd like to tell them you do so that we can be able to improve our security?
One thing that they can only do is they implement that act. Okay. It and all the requirements.
Sure.
Because if they could implement that private security regulation authority, they wait and required all the guns to have those documents because they were supposed to go for training. Okay. Then you have a bank statement for you to qualify. And then they were supposed to be given number, which is like the police. So that Ngandi could not move one place to another. That was the requirement. Oh. If we employ you, you could not move from one place to another if they implemented that act for now. Okay. And then the pay rise. Because even the government themselves, they are the ones who gives us the tender. But their pay is very low. The minimum wage is 13. But they usually even give 12. How do you pay that in God? So those are the factors that you can be able, if they put in place payment of guns to be high, then the security also can be very much improved.
Will be sorted. Now, another question. Why decide to invest here in Naivasha? Why Naivasha?
Naivasha is a unique place.
Yeah.
It is a cosmopolitan. They don't look the tribal. When you go home, like now you can see I come from Med, but I don't have any branch there.
You don't have a branch there?
Because they usually think, where has that the copia come from? They look at the background where I've come from. Okay. But in Naivasha, being a cosmopolitan, you don't know who is who. Because if they need your services, they come looking for what you offer, not where you come from, like in the home. Okay. Again, Naivasha, it has a lot of potential. You can see it is an hospitality industry, it's a flower industry, agricultural, those are economic activities within Naivasha. Sure. So the demand of security is paramount.
Very high, okay.
It is very high compared to other areas. Sure. Again, also the institutions are many. The government institutions also are here, which requires those private security guards. Yeah. That's why I decided to settle in Naivasha. Also, the payment is not very bad compared, and the competition is not very high compared to Nairobi, because there are many security firms. Sure. So somebody can charge a client even 5,000, because if you don't charge, somebody will charge 3,000. Yeah. But here we have maybe a certain minimum which you can be able to charge here. Oh, wow. And the life is very simple for the guard. The houses are not very expensive. Okay. That's why I decided just I settle here. And being here for more than 26 years, you don't expect me to go to Maryland University there. I'm not very much known there. Okay. And not being known, also the networking, because I usually work with the government. Sure. I have that collab of government. That's why you see I'm so much settled in Naivasha, despite I have other branches in other areas.
Wow. No, Stega Security, what are some of the achievements that you guys have achieved?
One of the achievements, we have been able to make the name of the Stega even without having a very senior person. Second, we usually offer what we call CSR to the student.
To the student?
I sponsor and give back to the community. So I can say, in most of areas, our services also is a part of the achievement, because even about where we go and the guard, we don't encounter those crimes, because we have the supervisors and then our people are paid well. Okay.
So about that, the CSR, which student? High school student?
High school students, mostly those are the ones we sponsor.
Okay.
From Form 1 to Form 4.
From Form 1 to Form 4.
Yeah.
And so far, like how many have you been able to sponsor?
I have around 4.
Around 4?
One got B-, B plain in Naivasha Day.
Wow.
But we are not politicians, so we don't say what we usually do. Because you give back to the community and you keep quiet, but we don't put in social media. Even during the COVID, we were able to sponsor some people and food, but we don't put in the social media.
Now, you've touched about the COVID. Now, besides the COVID, what are some of the challenges have you encountered in the line of duty? Kwa sababu hakuna wakati unaweza kosa kuna bad thing when matters now come to the
security. You cannot, the challenges are many. One, you have orphaned security. In a certain area like this, the place already has been closed due to COVID. You will not move from here because the place, it needs to be secured.
Sure.
When do you expect the client to get money?
To pay
so he will not be able to pay you, and you will not remove the gun because you have the contract. Those are the challenges when it came to COVID. Then we lost a lot of jobs, because also you can see like in the railway areas, there were clubs there which were removed by the railway people. So we lost the job. Everybody was affected during the COVID time, mostly on the payment area, and also losing the jobs, because most of the clients are not able to pay. Yeah.
But now with COVID, I believe now, because we are with it for a longer time, I hope now you have embarked on some of the strategy to see how you can be able to continue managing and about now the organization.
What we are doing up to now, they have not come back like the areas which I'm guarding. Okay. And that's why I told you I target the secondary schools.
The secondary schools.
And the government institutions. But you are told in business, don't take a lot of jobs from government institutions, because once they fail to pay, you can close the company. So you take a bit of private from the private businesses, and also from the government.
From the government.
Government, you are assured of the payment, even if it stays for 10 years.
Yeah.
But the clients, another challenge, they run away with your money.
What?
So when you go to court, you get a lot of court cases. Like now I have one, no, it has not yet been resolved.
You offer the services, then the client don't pay.
Yes.
Money?
They will give him for 6 months.
Yeah.
He tells you he will pay, but later it doesn't honor the agreement.
So how does it work? You offer the services first, then the client pays you later.
Yeah, you must offer the services.
Yeah.
After at the end of the month,
The-
your invoice, he pays you.
What are some of the institutions here in Naivasha that you offer services?
Mostly I target the institutions like district hospital.
Here in Naivasha?
That is where I'm offering. That's the main client, and also the contractors.
Okay.
We have the contractors in the hospital there.
Okay.
That is Marimo. I have all the institutions, secondary schools, high schools in Naivasha. Also, I'm offering all those institutions, Joro. We have Mirera, all those secondary schools.
Okay.
Because, and also Kiambogo secondary schools.
Kiambogo
Most of them, let's say most of the secondary schools in Naivasha.
Okay. Oh, sure. I can see you have a nice shirt which has a nice logo too. So this is the logo for the
This is the law for the company.
Yeah?
For marketing purpose.
For marketing purposes.
These are for directors. Then they have their own uniform.
Uniform is a security.
Yeah.
Now, in this industry, how do you now market the company? On social media, how do you have any other social media account, or how do you reach for people to know about now the farm? Website. You have a website?
Which somebody is creating.
Okay. Oh, for now you don't have the...
We had it,
Okay.
but because of the payment and the challenge of the payment,
Okay.
we had not completed it. It was there. But even today, then also they are doing it through the Facebook, the people in the office.
Or Facebook.
And then social media like this one, we just post. You just go and get the pot of the guns, and then you can send in different groups, because they have many groups.
Also with the brochures.
Yeah.
Now, physically, where can people find the physically? Where do you have the offices?
Our offices are located when Kariuki Sotara Road.
Kariuki Chotara Road, yeah?
Then I'm building called the Kidumbato building. That is they call them industrial area or council area.
Council area.
Yeah, when you are going along that road, you will get us there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for any client who is watching right now and would like to get your services, do you maybe have a contact?
Yeah, we have a contact.
Yeah, you can be able to give them, and be able, after watching, they can be able to contact you from there.
Our contact are 0711 166 407 or 0704 078 416. You will get, you call those numbers, you will get us. Because we have even the poster, the boxes that we use, but these days they are not used.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and also if you want, once you call those numbers, you will be directed where we are situated in Naivasha. That's why you can get us easily.
Wow, 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 wow. I believe now we have come to the end of our show. And before that, maybe, do you have any final remarks you can be able to, any final remarks? Or anything that we didn't touch but you'd like to touch on?
What I can tell people who want to enter in that industry, it's not as easy as people may think. You must take time. Once you enter in that industry, take time, and the business does not start generating income immediately. Because there are many people who are coming in Naivasha to invest in the security. So they must be consistent and persevere with the problems that they are going to encounter before you start reaping. You can say I'm in the industry for more than 13 years. It is not easy.
It has not been easy.
Now it is only that this time maybe I can now realize at least Stega is moving now. Before you expand, so there's what we call growth and expansion. Most of the people who have not gone to school, they don't differentiate that one. Because you can be expanding, but you are not growing in terms of finances. So you have to factor all those things. Then market segmentation. How do you differentiate your product in
the market?
That's what I can tell people who want to enter in the district. It is in the industry, they are free to come, and I'm so flexible. If you have a company, I can assist you on how to look at the market, on how to do it without any fee. That's what usually because
Wow.
I give my professionalism back to the community.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you have heard, he's very, very nice guy. He's very, very willing to help anyone who is willing to join or to start such a company. And also, he has I'm echoing whatever he has said, that nothing comes on a silver platter.
Yeah.
So maybe before we come to the end of the show, do you have any advice for any young person who is watching there?
Yeah, any young person who is watching, I would like to tell them,
Okay.
don't be selective in the job. Can you make sure you don't rely on employment, because not all people can be employed. If you have a talent, use it. Like the way I did also was employed, but when I came out as a young person and decided to venture in security, and I'm doing well. So you get in most of the young people, they don't want to do the jobs. They say there are no jobs. Like Stega, we have never missed to employ people. But when they come, even they don't finish 3 months, because they want us where they can maybe sit comfortable. Because you must sleep, lazima ujinyime usingizi. So what I would tell them, they make sure they go for a job which can bring bread in the table. Not waiting for them to be provided with everything. Yeah.
Wow, that's very nice. So vijana msiseme ati hiyo kazi ni ya uochi. It is paying, and you can get in touch with him and he's be able to help you. So here we are in the old station.
Yeah.
I have nimesikia you offer services
here
hapa. So maybe you can.
I decided to come here because these are my clients.
Yeah.
As I had told you, the areas that I guard.
Okay.
I'm doing guarding here in the old station.
Yeah.
And so this area offers a variety of services. Apart from they have a club and a hotel. Okay. If anybody feels that he can be able to visit this place, it is in Naivasha, very secure, and the area is so good.
Wow. Anyone want to come here to Old Station, ensure that you are sorted security-wise. Yeah, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, it is Naivasha Limelight. Don't also forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Wow.